All right, man. Torture Talk. Like, share, subscribe to the page. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the content. So, look, man. Today I had to uh do an emergency join because Drake has been banned from Kick. So, before I get into that, I gotta get my spill. This is Torture Talk. If you like the content, please consider subscribing. If you're new here, let me work on your subscription today. All the beautiful, single, sexy ladies, put one in the chat. All the fellas, y'all know where to find the ones that just don't harass them. I don't sell no merch, but I do have content absolutely free. But if you want to leave a donation, link is in the description. Cash App, no more PayPal. So look, I am the Hidden Gem, King of the North. Yeah, I'm just trying to get to this. Hidden Gem, 1,300 subscribers over 13,000, and I am the King of the North. Let me know what kingdom you from. All right, so look, we're going to get right to this, man. Excuse my background. You know what I'm saying? I got some things going on. Uh, Nothing bad, but just excuse the background. Yeah, so let's get to this, man. This is pretty big. All right, so this comes courtesy of was it Yo EQTV, pretty good brother over there. Make sure y'all go subscribe, all that good stuff. So let's get to it. Let's do it.
Alrighty, guys, welcome back. It's your boy EQ. And up next, we have some breaking news. It seems that Steak has had enough of Drake and he's now been banned on Kick after his stream collaboration with Aiden Ross. Kick does share a lot of the same ownership as Steak, including one of their co founders, and his epic fail from grace and plummeting of his stock definitely did not help the underwhelming numbers that their Drizmas stream had, which honestly just sounds nasty as hell. Probably could have picked a better title. But at this point, it seems that Drake is having trouble with like every platform. And one of the factors that may have allegedly led to the ban was that he was drunk on the stream, telling people not to gamble or waste their money on stake if you can't do it responsibly. And while that makes
Um, that definitely makes sense that he would say that, but the hypocrisy in it is you still a part of it and you are getting drunk on the stream. You know what I'm saying? I guess is what is the saying? Do as I say, not as I do. You know what I'm saying? But um, I mean, at this point, who's not really messing with Drake? Because when 50 pulled out that op list, I definitely thought, in my opinion, that it's much more than just that who was on that op list, and I definitely think that he has many more people that he is uh combating with. You know what I'm saying? And it's very how would I say, disturbing to see, because I mean, Drake is an artist that, I mean, is it really disturbing to see now? I ask myself that because it's really not. He got too much going on, and he has burned so many people, and I think a lot of this stuff is blowing back up in his face. Now, this might have nothing to do with the Kick and being banned on Kick or whatever, but this is pretty big. So let's keep it going.
I'm not sure that's the type of thing that the people over at Stake want to hear, especially coming from their biggest spokesperson on a stream that they're sponsoring. Also, Aiden accused Stake of exploiting streamers to promote gambling, obviously sparking backlash in the community. And I definitely do agree that these big gambling companies are definitely exploiting these streamers because who's the main demographic of people that watch these streams? It's usually younger people and kids. So it seems like they're trying to indoctrinate them from very young. And there's definitely been big rumblings of Drake having a serious gambling addiction for a while now. Along with this news, there was also some chat logs that were exposed showing him speaking to someone about Eddie, the Steak and Kick co-founder, saying that he put up money towards the bets that they made on stream just to take it away later, which is extremely illegal.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'm just gonna say, man, Drake making a lot of enemies, and some of these people he make enemies with, maybe it's good that he make enemies with them. But some of these people he make enemies with, it's not going. This is, I really, really, honestly don't see Drake making it out of this. Uh, as far as like his career wise, I think this is the end. I ain't gonna even lie to y'all. I never seen someone who's been so uh I don't want to use the word banned, because And I don't want to use the word blackball either because so how would I say this? I, I never seen a person so outcasted in the way he's being outcasted. You know what I'm saying? And it's only going to get worse. I know I dropped a video this morning about how his mom broke the internet by saying everything's gonna be fine, but I don't know. This might go against that narrative.
One can lead to some very disastrous consequences, which I'm pretty sure the Gaming Commission is looking into right now as we speak. Drake in the alleged chat also said that Eddie was running a Ponzi scheme, which could lead to some serious time as well. And this isn't the first time he's been accused of allegations like these. Eddie was also accused of allegedly doing the same thing on an XQC stream. We have the chats right over here. And the amount of people that have been exposed using these type of chat logs is insane. Drake may be potentially incriminating himself and the co-founders are at stake with these very messages. In the first set of alleged chat logs, Drake wrote, "Well, Eddie put some money up, lol, but he takes it back from me, so it's me paying. Good old Ponzi scheme." And to actually type that out and to not expect some type of investigation, you'd be crazy. He went on to say,
Man, I don't know who's Drake PR team or who was around Drake, but they're doing a terrible job. He need to fire them immediately, or I don't know what's going on because you see this type of stuff right here. This kind of lends to the thing where people say that this is the privilege, white privilege or privilege or whatever you want to call it. This lends to that because every time you see something like this, and if it's someone of color or if it's someone black or if it's someone a minority or anybody, they always get jammed up. You know what I'm saying? Look, let's put it to you. I'll put it to you like this. Jay-Z is being accused of something that happened 24 years ago or 20 years ago, or whatever it was, right? And it's a whole big deal about it. This guy, Drake, there's a we all seen a video of the 17-year-old on stage. Then you have these type of things here where he's doing stuff like this behind the scenes and we don't hear about it. We don't see about it. It's no investigation about it. It's like, what's going on here? You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm not trying to say because he's half white. I'm not saying. I'm just saying certain people get certain privileges and we can see it in real time. It's crazy.
about the people last night. F them, lol. Yeah, it was amazing. People got blessed and steak effed us, but that's regular business. If this stuff is true, it's honestly very, very incriminating. And like I said, highly illegal. Stuff like this can put you behind bars for a very long time. There was also alleged chat logs to Trainwreck, one of the co-founders of Kick, and I want to say Steak, if I'm not mistaken, where he went on to message him saying, "Aside from all the people we made happy tonight, F this site," which is obviously not the thing you want to say to the person who's one of the co founders. If these alleged chat logs are true, then Pandora's box has been opened. And honestly, with all the insane bets we've seen Drake place in the sums of millions of dollars, would it be crazy to theorize Eddie was doing the same to those? I don't know, but something is definitely fishy. But every time you see one of these wagers, it's definitely big, big promotion for them. So it wouldn't surprise me if they allegedly did the same thing. And guys, the feds have the same internet we do. So if we're seeing this information and Drake say this about them over at stake, the Gaming Commission is definitely going to be very interested in seeing if any of this is true and start investigating these alleged shenanigans.
This is crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Stake or Kick or whatever those gaming sites, they're gonna get shut down. I'll give them about a year and they'll be shut down, or somebody's gonna take them over. And the dudes, because usually when something's making a lot of money like that, if it's lucrative, someone is gonna step in and take over. They'll buy them out or something like that. But yeah, they're gonna get shut down because this right here is crazy. This right here is crazy, and I just see I don't really see why Drake puts himself in positions like this. I really don't. And it's like, to me, the further it goes on, when Kendrick said the rabbit hole goes deep, man, I'm telling y'all right now, we ain't see nothing yet. This is out of control.
If these statements are true and the feds start looking into all this stuff, this is definitely a very slippery slope. This could potentially be his biggest L. And the feds have all the time in the world to investigate this type of stuff. They have like an unlimited budget. And with the names attached, they're obviously going to do their due diligence because a case like this is definitely a career maker. And if Drake is actually involved in any of this stuff and he's getting reimbursed for some of these huge wagers and illegal dealings with Eddie and Stick, this could be way more disastrous than the beef. And let's just say Drake hasn't had the best luck this year. The situation can definitely get hairy very, very quickly. It is a crazy coincidence that it happens right after the stream with Aiden, where he was telling viewers not to gamble if you didn't have the money, which for me obviously makes all the sense in the world. And while Steak plasters gamble responsibly all over their site and obviously all over their sponsorship material, that's definitely not something they want to hear from like their spokesperson.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really fault him for that. I mean, that's just a no brainer, but I can't fault Drake for that because if he's saying don't gamble if you don't have the money, I mean, what can you say to that? That's the truth. Like, if you are married and you have a mortgage, you don't supposed to be gambling your mortgage away or your rent. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, let me try to flip my rent and then you get evicted. So I understand why he's saying that. I mean, it is what it is. It's the truth. Can't get around that. But as far as this whole thing goes, when he says this is bigger than the beef, well, obviously this is bigger than the beef. But I'm gonna tell y'all right now, the biggest thing you're gonna see is when the federal government brings charges against Drake. It's gonna go crazy. I tell you, y'all ain't seen nothing because it, the whole thing with Triple X and then people saying stuff about that, and then it just seems to me like the walls are closing in on this man, and it's only a matter of time. Like it really is.
And it's honestly crazy that as soon as Drake starts his new streaming career, because he was allegedly ran off by Kendrick Lamar, that he's already getting his first ban on a platform. So yeah, man, like I said earlier in the video, the dude has not had the best luck with these platforms this year. But definitely let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any theories, definitely put them in the comments. But if these chat logs are real, honestly, people are going to jail over this. And if the feds find out that Drake was accepting reimbursement, who knows what happens to him, man? Like I said, he hasn't had the best luck in the world. But definitely let me know what you guys think. Definitely hit the like and subscribe button, guys.
All right. Yeah, shout out to EQTV. Make sure y'all go subscribe. I'm gonna definitely tag him in this. Um, Here's the thing. This is what I think. I think that I think what's gonna happen to Drake at this point is I said this in the last stream. He's going through some type of mental crisis, and I hate to use that word, but it is what it is. Like I definitely feel like he's going through some type of depression because a lot of the things that he's doing, drinking, gambling, that all is a combination of some type of relief, or you're depressed and you're just looking for some type of relief. So you definitely got to understand the levels of depression that people go through. Some people take their depression, they relieve their depression through certain outlets like gambling, like drugs, like drinking, like women, anything you could think of. And I think that just look at how old he is. He's 38, 38 years old. He'll be 40 and let's just say he's 40. So he's 40 years old. If we're gonna estimate, let's just say he's 38. I ain't gonna do him like that. So he's 38 years old, and he has a lot of problems still. Now, again, you could be 65 and have problems, like your boy. What's his name? Benzino, 60 years old. He's still showing up as a child. The problem I think Drake runs into is he never had a figure in his life that can show him the right path, because all the people he keep around him, I mean, let's be honest here, they all thugs and street dudes. And don't get me wrong, you could learn a lot from them, but most of the time what you're going to learn is pettiness, criminality, bullshit, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. They're not going to really teach you how to be a stand-up man in society. They're not. Let's just be honest. A criminal thug street dude cannot teach you how to be a stand-up dude in society. No, They're gonna teach you survival tactics that they used to become where they're at. And this is the reason why you always see Drake look over when he's talking, and because he's looking for validation, because he's not a real dude. He's not from the streets. And being around a lot of people who have that type of mentality, street dudes, they put something in you. Uh, they put something in you as far as believability, making you think that you are one of them because you around them. That their realness kind of rubbed off onto you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like when you get into a fight and you say, and you get into a fight and you know that you can't beat the dude, and the first thing you say is, "I'm gonna get my cousin Lamar, I'm gonna get my cousin John James." You know what I'm saying? And you know that your cousin is he a fighter. You know what I'm saying? So I think that that's how Drake is. I think he's one of those guys who never really had a way, and it's very sad to see because if you look at him, you would think like Drake doesn't look old. He doesn't look like he's almost 40. Let's be honest. Drake looks like he's about the way he carries himself. Because you could carry yourself, you could be 45 and carry yourself like you're 25. Like you could dress like you're 25, and if you have the looks, most people would think that you're not 45. But Drake still has his youth a little bit, so he looks like he's in that age bracket where he could still fit in with teenagers and children. Like he's hanging with Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross probably is no more than 27 years old. Don't got no kids, nothing. You know what I'm saying? And instead of him being a stand up man and um, surround himself with people who are more mature than what he surrounds himself with. He surrounds himself with people like Aiden Ross, who is egging on things that has nothing to do with him. He's not a street dude either, but they taunt street dudes. Like he's saying, like when he said, African, oh, I love every word in that paragraph. I love every word in that letter. It's like, do you really love every word in that letter? Or you just saying that because he slipped up and said F. You know what I'm saying? Like it's one of those things where he keeps himself around people who are not they're not motivating in society. They're basically working for him. So if you're working for somebody like Drake and you're not uh if you're working for somebody like Drake and you're beneath him but you're a street dude, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to see how you can manipulate them to get more out of them. Basically, that's what it is. That's what happened with 6ix9ine. He was surrounding himself with street dudes and they end up extorting him. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that's what's going to eventually happen to Drake, if they're not doing that right now, because he has enough money to cover all that. But what happens when he falls? What do you think these dudes are going to do when they don't have none? Because unless these dudes, I don't know these dudes personally, but unless they have invested in some properties and stuff like that, they probably just using that money on a bunch of garbage. You know what I'm saying? They probably not investing in their money the right way. So, but with all that being said, thank y'all for joining me. I really appreciate y'all. Yeah, 12 o'clock show coming up. I had to do that show real quick, man. I had something to do, but it is what it is. So let's get it going.